This ain't happened for me overnight. Bet against me, you gon' pay the price. Down to business, I ain't playing nice. So ahead of y'all, I'm out of sight. You poppin', they don't wanna slice. Greedy envy, that's a part of life. Mediocre, that just won't suffice. Keep myself grounded, that's a piece of me that I won't let go. No matter what level I reach, I promise to hold it close. Ain't gotta tell me this hitting different, man, I already know.
It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Vikings, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Minnesota Vikings. With my good friend Charles King. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And when he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
They will start this drive with 4. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Again, they turn to 4, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. A big... His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Browns are on the board here first in the season opener. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
2nd and 7. the play fake. Hopkins. He gets this one to Boyd. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try to match his intensity.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Off play action. Hopkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd and 2, Hopkins working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. On first down, Hopkins completes this to Addison out left. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker, being all over that one and knocking it away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. This is Ford. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. Second and 10. On the ground, it's Ford. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They run with 4. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And fights through one man. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Watson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this offense? Already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive. It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try pressure advantage.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Hopkins. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. You give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Throwing on 1st down. Hopkins. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, They run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Back to throw. Hopkins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now a handoff to Chandler. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Boyd. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Chandler taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point up and good by Dicker, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Another opportunity now for the Browns offense. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
I like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. He finds his man complete. It's 4. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Now a first down throw. Watson fighting to stay upright. And this is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Throwing again is Watson. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the 50, it's Watson. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That gain of 9 buys downs.
Where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Now a throw here, hold in. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To the right side, that's where Tillman is. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Watson. Open man, that's Tillman. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He had a man open, but he missed it, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting. By any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swap that one away.
So on fourth down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to get this out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Off the play fake, Hopkins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. On first and 10, Hopkins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time. And he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Hopkins. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Hopkins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis and Brandon Goyle. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come, their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And he'll be close to another first down. In fact, he has a first down on a gain of 10. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
On 2nd down now. It's Boyd. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. To the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room. A turnover on the opening drive of this 3rd quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score. Put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. A quick throw there is incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses are finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion for us there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
He's got his man. That's Tillman. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cedric Tillman, 60 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Will come up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Hopkins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. And remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to throw, Watson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Here's Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Webb. And out across midfield down to the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On 1st down, it's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will.
And he's going to go down back at the 27. Shea Epinesa, the one credited for the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Throwing on third down, Watson. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Mekhi Blackman's got it. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A two-score lead down to one now following the pick six.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
On second down, it's Ford. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Here's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Face mask. Defense.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Up the middle they go. It's 4. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Brian Asamoah in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Darnold. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. 4. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And that is incomplete. But the other day they told us we got 3rd and 5 or less. We have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 75 yards. And the Vikings are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Cleveland offense making their way out. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Divine Diablo. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 5, 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Boyd will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Fighting through it, he's got space. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw on second is Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Watson off play action. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. From the red zone now, Watson. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. To the air yet again, Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating, and they are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Browns are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One last throw here for Watson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener and how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams